I paint those? Do I paint what? Not sure what you're asking. What you're asking him that I'm painting. Let me know. I'd love to say. Probably not. I don't paint anything actually, so I can probably just say no without knowing what you're asking about actually. Shelves. Oh, the carrying Kerrigan? No. They came as they all came like that. No, I don't paint anything. Alright, in the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player here is Team Liquid's Clem, and in the bottom right, our red Protoss is Trap. As we get a probe coming across the map here early, get this underway. Probably scouts up towards the main, look to see what is going on. And then Cybercore coming through, the Zealot coming about, getting set up initially. Comes Terran. Yeah, I think he's only playing Protoss against the other Terran players. I think he's just trying to dodge PvT mostly. He did play some Protoss earlier against Ryong, and obviously he won, otherwise he wouldn't be here right now. Definitely worth checking out that earlier series if you didn't catch it. As our CC comes up, the Cybercore and the Nexus coming through, so we get all of that on the way. So let's see that probe coming back, the Factory coming through. Just going to be seeing the CC coming up as well. Take a few moments. So is actually going to go chase the SCV down a little bit, so going to go hunting for a little while. Now the SCV in the main base, the reactor coming up on the barracks. All of that continues through for now as they probe continues to chase the SCV for just a while. A couple Marines and the Hellion all continuing into play there. That's going to move up. A few Marines going to come back around. So we've seen the Hellion there obviously helping a lot with the kind of the hold and the defense being made. Doing a lot to kind of hold things off for at least a little bit. Seeing the Adepts obviously still able to apply some good pressure. Trap really getting through. Trap really able to start dealing some damage a little bit here and there. Making some work happen at the moment. Not bad, I would say. Not too bad. As we do see the couple of Hellions coming back around, the couple of Marines going to get there also. That will all be good for the moment, I would say. I think about halfway done, Robo Facility and the Gateway continuing up. A couple more probes are all coming about as well. The battery is still also on its way in right now, so again, we'll continue to get a lot of that brought through. As the Marines and the Widowmine just going to bow up on the ramp there for a couple of moments. He's going to chill out over on the right-hand side. You can kind of obviously a little bit of harass early, and you know we've lost a Zealot and a couple of Debs, a few Marines, but everything is still mostly intact for these players. Stalk's moving around the bottom. The Medevac going to boost in toward the main in a couple of moments, so just going to get that set up as well. Stalker's coming about. Just going to get some shots off. The Observer coming through. Stalker's coming in, a few probes going down. And decent little bits of damage being dealt here so far. I'm just going to see the Stalkers continue to go towards the upper left-hand side. So they're going to make their way across for the moment. And Marine Marauder coming up. The stim pack is coming on in. It's going to be having our charge coming up. Next on line, Gateway and the Forge are producing. Trap adding into that. Again, with the Zealot charge opportunity kind of territory. Clem's away off stim and combat shields. Until then, probably not going to see much from Clem on the map outside of a little bit of harassment. This Raven, for example, auto-turreting right now for a few kills. That's pretty much all we're going to get to see for the moment. And stim and combat shields still coming up. Stalker's going to try and trap that Raven into the corner. Doing the best we can to keep that held back. The Stalker's firing through, a few more Marines going down as well. It's going to continue back and forth. Plus one attack, charge, and sentry coming in. The extra gates coming up as well here currently, as you do see our buyer going to take a few more shots. Those Stalkers still putting the work in at the moment. Yeah, an extra gate's coming through. The charge is coming up as well. I feel like until then, it feels like both players are kind of on the waiting game right now, because until the charge, you don't really want to do much as trap. Until your bio units really get upgrades, you don't really want to do much as Clem here either. So, yeah, kind of a few moments of just sitting back and waiting a little bit, in fact. And that's exactly what we will do right now. Sit back and give it a few moments to develop. Obviously, Clem now starting to get on the map. Upgrades are done. I see a couple of Bions coming over the right-hand side. A couple of Stalkers gathering up. I can stim into that right side. A couple of Zealots go down. Stalker with the sentries taking hits as well. Fire's still going to be there. We're getting a few more shots coming about. We are going to be seeing the Zealot count is just not surviving. And that's a major issue. If the Zealot count doesn't survive, you're going to probably be in trouble. And I think that's exactly where this game is going to. Trouble for Trap, as Clem with this one big punch across the map is just going to be so powerful. And is going to completely knock Trap on his backside. Quite frankly, Trap does not have much of a hold going on. I mean, a few more Zealots, but as soon as Clem reinforces, Trap's going to get knocked back down from this slight resurgence he's seeing pushing onto the map right here. GG's this Trap. As it does seem as though Clem is going to take the 1-0 lead in this semi. In the top right side, our red Protoss player is Trap. As in the bottom left, our blue Terran is Clem. Do you guys know when these games were played? These games were played earlier today, a few hours ago. Within the last 8 hours, the entire tournament. The tournament started like 8 hours ago, basically. So we basically went live an hour after the tournament ended. As soon as we get the replays, we're pretty much aiming to go live. We only don't cast it live because of the rules. Because of the sponsor, we can't cast it live on Twitch, but they do endeavor to give us the replays to cast after the fact. So love that. Big fan. Let's just get into game number 2 here. Trap is down a game. Can he bounce back? I'm going to find out. Thanks for casting. No worries. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you guys tuning in for some Olimoleague coverage. We do have WardiTV events resuming tomorrow. The WardiTV Christmas Invitational Group A is going to be a lot of fun, I promise. It's going to be awesome. Tomorrow's group is already fun with Rogue, Hero, Trigger, and Spirit. Got some other great players signed up to play across the course of the week. Clem, Björn, Sola, Shin, Skillus. Some other names, Gumiho. Some other names that I'm probably forgetting as well, just off the top of my head. But yeah, lots of great players playing this week, so looking forward to seeing all of those guys taking part. Should be a lot of fun. Probe hums across to the bottom side. For a couple of moments here, we get settled down. So we're seeing a pylon going to get put into place in that bottom corner. Just going to get that set up immediately. And we ready ourselves. Stargate coming up and online. Just going to be having ourselves the Nexus coming through. Like I say, the Warp Gate is coming up as well. The Nexus coming in through and trap with that Stargate. Definitely a bit of a different way to open. Definitely going to give you a little bit of something different to work with here. Having a couple of Marines gathered together, and the Warp Gate still continue to come through just for a little bit. Oracle coming about, Warp Gate coming up, and a couple of probes continue through here as well. Just going to be having the Starport coming online, the Wood of Mine still coming through as well. A couple of SCVs and Marines all producing through for the moment. So yeah, a lot of that just coming up as we have ourselves a couple of Adepts going to try and shade through once again. But the Marine's going to stand strong and the depot can raise, so this should not really be too much of an issue at all. This looks as though we should be pretty fine in that regard at the very least, if nothing else. Another Adept that's showing up. Stare each other down across the board right here as the Oracle going to activate through for a couple of SCVs. So a couple of workers going down, Marine's going to start coming across, Oracle gets pushed away to the sides. Marine's going to continue to chase up. The Adepts will take a bit more damage. I don't mind actually nearly going off on the Adepts, but not quite managing it, so not actually land there at all in the end. As our Marines continue through, the Adepts will continue to take a little bit more damage. So a little bit more being done there. The Oracle continuing through as well. It's going to get a few more shots. SCV's going down. Trap really trying to push some damage here in these early stages. The Viking Cyclone on the way from Clem, and he is going to get Medevac and Marines onto the map. Should force Trap to fall back and defend a little bit here at the very least. So should be a step in the right direction. Help you out in a big way. Happy to see that. Now, do you have our Medevac and Marines continuing up and across on their own journey? Like I say, they're going to drop in the main base. Now, Trap has nothing in position here. This could get very deadly very quickly. This could very quickly become a problem, and it's kind of headed that way as our Marines will fire and the Adepts go down. Zealots are going to be falling as well. We can load up that Medevac. We're just about pull it away now. Just going to get out of there. Phoenix going to continue to go onto the Medevac. Medevac will take some shots. We'll go down. Again, the Phoenix, the Oracle will continue to come about as well. We've got ourselves another Adept warping in. A little bit concerned about Trap's composition. It's Phoenix Adept right now. It's not looking too hot against a Terran who is powering up, I guess, not really on upgrades yet. So until we see more upgrades, maybe that's not really that much of a factor. As our Adepts, gather up, and they will head down to the bottom left-hand side for the moment. Adepts going to shade again. Marines in the Cyclone, Viking as well. Just going to continue across. They commit in. Phoenix going to lift the Cyclone up. The Adepts will be left to do their thing, and I guess we're early enough in the game that this is absolutely still effective. As you can see, it is working out right now. So yeah, this is actually putting in some good work. And the Cyclone, the Marines, and the Viking will continue back through to the front a little bit again. Against Impact +1 on the way up. The Twilight Council gateways and Phoenix all producing. Additional Marines coming out also. Pro was dead. I mean, Trap still has good control of the game with the Phoenix, and he's building that number up. Now on his way to that charge upgrade, which we know is almost always going to be a big factor, right? We always love to see charge here as a Protoss player. It's going to make life much more difficult and scary for the Terran. That much is for certain. Mine's set up in a little bit of a trap position, but obviously you still need your opponent to kind of fly into you for that to work or to have an impact. Again, the Phoenix gathering together, the Stalkers, Adepts, and Zealots will come in together as well. So that will come around. You can step forward again. The Phoenix on the way up as well, so can try and get involved here for the moment. Just, I mean, more Phoenix, more Zealots. Clem is moving up, so it's definitely going to be time to kind of play defense soon here on the side of Trap. But mines are going to again burrow and make our way forward right now. They're going to stim. Some Zealots are going to take some shots. We continue to push back a little bit as well, so the Phoenix continue through. Pressure coming in. Sorry guys, my voice is just dying. You might be able to figure it out, but my voice is not holding up well at the moment. Apologies. So you have Phoenix going to come through and lift up a couple of Widow Mines. A couple of mines are going to get picked off as well. Clem is going to kind of get caught here. The Zealots going to eat a Widow Mine shot. The Phoenix gets splashed onto as well. So many Widow Mines, but we're actually trailing the Widow Mines onto the bio as well, which means that Clem's army is going to be so much weaker than it should be. Oh, that is always a play. We always love to see that one. It's always a fun move. Well, not if you're the Terran player that's involved in it, but for everybody else involved, it's a pretty fun one to watch and witness. And the Zealot, Stalker, and Adept regather here for a couple moments. I mean, we just continue going. That was a great fight from Trap, and he's absolutely taken advantage of the fight, which he's just been able to get for himself. So, coming straight across the map following that. Looking fantastic, looking good. And I think the outcome of this one is decided pretty much. So, we are going to have ourselves a... Trap victory in Game 2. That's going to tie this series up 1-1. GG's, 1-1, tied up. Trap and Clem gonna go to a game. Game number 3. On the top right hand side, our red Terran player is Team Liquid's Clem, while on the bottom left, our blue Protoss player is Trap. The daily StarCraft fans here looks a little sad. Educate a noob to this channel how to feed it. It's basically just our daily donation goal for the stream, but it doesn't actually link to any of the YouTube donations right now. So you can't actually fill it from YouTube unless you come on, I mean, I guess I could give you the donation link from Twitch, but TLDR, it's just a donation. But you don't have to worry about it being sad. The fact you're here watching StarCraft is just as good as anything else. Do you want to support? There's many ways to do so, and it all helps us to keep on running more StarCraft too, so. I'm actually kind of getting to the point, because obviously nowadays I stream a lot of the time on YouTube as well as Twitch. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm thinking about getting rid of the donation goal there, and I don't know. So we've had it on the stream for such a long time, it feels like the kind of thing that, like, just naturally we keep, you know? But it might be time to clean that one out a little bit. Game number 3 here between Trap and Clem. As we have our SCV going to chase the probe around for a few moments. Reaper on the way up. Orbital is morphing. Got ourselves settled in there for now. Cyberclock going through, Nexus coming up. As we settle ourselves into this, it's going to be having ourselves the Reaper on the way out. Stalker's going to Chrono Boost out from the gateway. Again, the Nexus and the Assimilator continue to come online right here. We take a few moments to settle into this one. Still going to push the Reaper back as a Twilight Council as our initial tech choice as well. So just going to see that coming through. So we'll get straight onto that. Do you have the Reaper moving around also here as the Twilight Council continues to come by? That is a warp gate that is coming out as well. So again, that warp gate upgrade on the way. Continue to see that come through for the moment now. We'll go out down to the bottom. Twilight Council is coming through as we speak as well. So again, like I say, that blink upgrade can get started. That is the tech choice and the route that Trap is taking here initially. So going to shoot. Reaper taking some shots. Grenade. That was a horrible time to look away. Observer. That doesn't really make a difference, but yeah. Probe actually gets the the block with the pylon. As the Marines come down, pylon will fall. Orbital will land. As again, gateways in the robo facility coming about for the moment. Again, a couple of gates coming through. The probes on the way up, blink on the way out. Robo facility coming through as well. All of that being brought into play here as the probe and the Reaper are going to cross each other by. So just going to pass each other on that one there. So I'm going to shoot. The Reaper goes down. I think he's going to go at the probe a little bit as well. And liberating a couple of Marines continue to come up. Just going to have our Nexus going through. Siege tank going out as we speak. That blink is about halfway through at the moment. Push from Clem, a couple of tanks and a good few Marines coming across. Actually going to see the Stalkers going to get a few shots off on the siege tank right away. The Marines will come back and Stalkers taking some hits already. Clem continues to go over to the left-hand side, continuing this march across for the foreseeable future. Stalkers actually going to get rid of the medevac there, so the medevac's going to go down. Tank's going to be there, Stalker's going to be there too, Marine's going to come about, Stalker's on either side. So the Marine's going to get there and push the Stalkers back too, so just going to be able to clear that out for the moment. Nicely done. And the Marine's setting up, the Raven is going to be over the head as well, the Observer getting pushed away. Marines should be able to shoot at these Stalkers a little bit. Oh, we very nearly get a tank, but not quite. This has been kind of a messy one. Looking at kind of how this is all gone. I mean, you're seeing two tanks going down. These Stalkers and the Immortal get another catch here as well. Both players losing a good amount of units here. That Immortal's going to die as well. That's a huge loss for Trap. A massive unit at this stage of the game, which is kind of meant to do so much for you defensively in these kind of scenarios as well. Obviously, that's not happening here any longer, so that'll be a bit of a problem. And this is definitely turned into some pretty wild circumstances. As we have the charged sentry. All the rest still continuing up as well. Well, shots coming about. See the Stalker's playing cleanup. Wouldn't mind goes down. Combat Shield's about to finish up as well. Against him's about to finish. +1 concussive shells coming through. A couple of Widow Mines coming up. So let's continue to build as the medevacs come in. Continuing to settle down here again. Concussive shells and +1 attack both coming up right now. Continue to get that going as medevacs boost on down to the bottom. Santa Milan's coming up, the Colossus on the way through as well. All of that being brought into play currently. Fire will unload onto the pylon. A reasonable job so far. Yeah, Colossus is going to be able to obviously help with a couple of force fields. We do have the Raven, so Matrix available. Actually, do we have Matrix? No. So no Matrix available. Can anti-armor missile or auto turret, depending on what you think. Now is the second Colossus. Clem is just going to die for it. He goes for the anti-armor missile. Oh, a terrible time to look away, Observer. As look, anti-armor missile hits everything. The dive for one Colossus is good as well. And we are just going to dive all our way up into that fourth base. The Colossus continuing to fight. A couple of Marines will get lasered down. What the Observer's trying to show is there's a couple of Zealots doing whatever on the third base of Clem. That really does not matter right now because, quite frankly, this attack can be game-ending, and Clem's going to load up to drop into the main base as well. So into the main base we go. Chops coming out, Robobay taking damage. Let's see, Colossus will fall. The Stalker's still dropping. Zealots are going to try and charge through as well here. Medevac's just about loading up and retreating away. Clem's done so much with this attack. This has absolutely been a success story for Clem. No other way to say it. This one looks as though it's going to go in Clem's favor. So Clem looking very good to win out this one. Close out this S3 in his favor. Set us up for a Clem Hero Finals today. Clem Hero playing a lot recently. I guess that's not too surprising. As the bio dives up, Stalkers, Colossus getting surrounded. Colossus is going to go down. And the Stalker's getting jumped on. That's going to be way too much. Bio from Clem just keeps coming through, and he is going to hit the spot and send this one home. GG, says Trap. Clem is going to take it 2-1. Some pretty I mean, that was a pretty aggressive game. Lots going on early in that one as well.